I think we can call this the ultimate banana pudding. Thanksgiving is next week, and I know you're not ready. The only dessert you got planned is that one lonely ass sweet potato pie and maybe a pound cake. Tonight, I'm gonna show you how to make a dessert staple that you definitely want on your Thanksgiving table. What up though? I'm Bree, and this is Baked After Dark. Banana pudding is just one of those desserts. It's a staple, but it's polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it. Either you got a good recipe or you don't. Either you make it from scratch or you don't. And oddly enough, either you put bananas in it or you don't. Well, in this house, banana pudding got bananas in it. I'm gonna show you what I think makes the ultimate banana pudding. Let's get started. This apron we made together about 2 weeks ago on a live stream, and y'all have been loving the final result. This is my first time wearing it, and of course I had to break it out for our holiday episodes. So you will see this in another episode. How do you achieve the ultimate banana pudding? Classic banana pudding uses vanilla wafers as well. More modern recipes usually use a shortbread cookie like the Pepperidge Farm Chessman or the Lorna. Tonight, in my banana pudding, I'm gonna use both. And I made both from scratch. If you want to see how I made these cookies from scratch, make sure you like and subscribe. Go watch my banana pudding playlist. They are quick, easy, and I promise once you make them, you'll never go back to store-bought. Besides the bananas, the next part is the most crucial part of a good banana pudding. We don't use no pudding mix around here or no store-bought pudding. Tonight, we making a custard completely from scratch, like grandma probably did, or at least I know my grandma did. To start, we're gonna take 3 cups of half and half and put it over a simmer. While we're waiting on that to simmer, I'm gonna split open 1 vanilla bean. This one is kind of hard, petrified. Oh, it's falling apart. Oh. This one is, as y'all just saw it break, it's hard and petrified, but we're gonna use it anyway. It's still good. As we're starting to bring our half and half to a simmer, let's go ahead and get the other part of our custard started. This is 8 egg yolks. I want to make sure that I have more than enough pudding for generous layers of pudding in our banana pudding. I don't want it to be dry, especially since our cookies are going to soak up so much of the moisture. I'm adding 1 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar, plus a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, plus 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I'm just gonna whisk this until it's pale and fluffy while our half and half is still coming to a simmer. Now, if you don't have half and half, or you don't want to use as much half and half, you can substitute this with whole milk. Lactose free is fine. I can't speak on whether or not it's gonna work with non-dairy milk like almond milk or soy milk, but I can say if you do substitute for milk instead of half and half, you will still get a very delicious pudding, but it won't be as rich and it won't be as creamy as the one that I'm making. Now, you may say, ooh, what about heavy cream? You can absolutely substitute for heavy cream. I wouldn't do all heavy cream because that's gonna be too heavy and too thick, too rich. Heavy cream has about 35%-ish usually of fat content, which is really, really high for this. So you can see the steam coming off of my half and half. This is what we want. It came to a simmer, not a boil. And now we're gonna temper our eggs. We don't wanna just pour this whole thing in because it'll scramble our eggs. So as you can see, I'm starting a little light movement and I'm gonna slowly pour a little bit in. I should have used a different bowl, but it's all right. And we're doing a little at a time so that we do not cook our eggs. Well, so that we don't scramble our eggs. To this, I'm actually gonna add 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. So if you wanted to make this sugar-free, you will replace the sugar with like Splenda, and Splenda actually does make a sweetened condensed milk. It's like $7 a can, but they do make it. And I'm just make sure that everything is well incorporated, including the sweetened condensed milk that we just added. And once I feel like everything is well mixed, I'm gonna put it, y'all see I switched my pot? Because I don't want to run the risk of having this boil over out of a smaller pot. So now that we've returned it back to the heat, I'm gonna just keep stirring it while it thickens up, because we don't want it to scramble. That wouldn't be good. But we're just gonna keep stirring. You can kind of feel the slippage of the pudding as you cook it. Like you can feel it thickening up against the bottom of the pot. Our job is to keep stirring so that 1, it doesn't scorch or burn at the bottom, and 2, we don't get any lumps. We don't want that. Even though we already put a vanilla bean pod in here, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of vanilla extract just for good measure. Starting to get thicker. This is what we want.
1 eternity later.
Our pudding is almost ready. A telltale sign is when you start to see big bubbles popping through the surface. Once you see the big bubbles popping through the surface, we're gonna cook for an additional minute, and then we're gonna turn the heat off and run it through a sieve. And we're gonna run it through a sieve to make sure that we don't have any like lumps or egg pieces that may have gotten cooked. But this is our pudding. Okay, this is our pudding, but it still needs to cool. You may be tempted at this point to go ahead and just start layering. I'm gonna tell you to wait though. Don't nobody want no hot ass, cooked ass bananas. We're gonna get our plastic wrap and make sure we are touching the surface of our pudding, because otherwise we're gonna get condensation as this cools, and we don't want that. Or we're gonna get a skin that develops over this if we just put it over the bowl, not touching the pudding, and we don't want that either. So our pudding is cooled. Our pudding is fully chilled and ready to layer. Our plastic clean came off cleanly. I'm just take my offset spatula and give it a quick stir. It's rich, luscious, and fully cooled, so it won't cook our bananas. We used 8 egg yolks for this recipe. You may be wondering, what did I do with all those whites? Or what are we gonna do with all those? We're about to top this banana pudding with a mile-high meringue. I know what I just said about hot bananas. And that's exactly why for this meringue, once we top the meringue, it's not going back into the oven. I'm about to show you how to stack meringue so it does not weep. We're gonna start by getting a medium saucepan with a heavy bottom and putting it on medium heat. And we're gonna let that come to a boil while we start stacking. I have a bowl here with just a little bit of water in the bottom. To that water, I'm gonna add some lemon juice and give that a quick whisk. Our bananas, believe it or not, just turned yellow. So they're perfectly ripe for banana. Riper than this, they'd be too ripe. I use my little banana slicer. This way we get consistent slices across. I'm gonna take out the bruised slices because we don't want those. I'm gonna get about a scoop of our pudding and put it at the bottom of our trifle. Let's make that 2 scoops. And then I'm just gonna flatten it out. My first layer, I'm gonna do vanilla wafers. And mine are a little bigger because I used a 2 teaspoon scoop. So these are a little bit larger, but it's fine. They're actually the perfect size. First layer. I'm just gonna cover this layer with bananas. It's a dessert casserole. It's really like a fruity lasagna of sorts. Next, more pudding. Now, this layer, I'm gonna put a layer of shortbread cookies across the bottom. Let's go ahead and add our second layer of bananas. This is our last layer before we hit it with our meringue. And for the top layer, I'm actually gonna crush up some of our cookies. So these are our shortbreads. We're almost done. I'm gonna pop this in the refrigerator while we get finished with our meringue. Our water is boiling. We're gonna take our 8 egg whites and we're gonna combine it with a 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. It's about a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. And now we're gonna sit this over a water bath so that we can bring it up to temperature. The indirect heat of the water bath keeps our eggs from scrambling. Our egg whites are almost to temperature. They need to get somewhere between 67 and 70 degrees Celsius, which is about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's say you don't have a candy thermometer. How are you gonna know that this is cooked and safe to eat? Well, first, with clean hands, if you dip your finger in here, you should get what's called the ouch texture, where you gotta pop it right back out. We rub this mixture between your fingers. It should be slippery. There should be no grains of sugar. Now it's ready. Make sure you don't drip no water into the bowl because that's gonna affect whether or not our egg whites actually whip up into a meringue. Now we're gonna use our whisk attachment and we're gonna beat this until it is smooth, glossy, stiff peaks. We're gonna start off low, and as it thickens up and cools off, we'll start to increase the temperature. We don't wanna start off whipping this at full speed because this liquid, as you can see from the steam coming up, is still very hot and it will burn you. Our meringue is glossy, stiff, and ready to go on top of our banana pudding. Look at that. I want this to be eye level so that when I stack the meringue and torch it, I get a good vantage point. So I'm just gonna start scooping our meringue on. Now, this is how my family on my mom's side, which is my Alabama side, kind of makes their banana pudding. They don't make a Swiss meringue, which is what we just did, but they make a traditional French meringue where you whip egg whites and then you put it into the oven. This way, we really don't have to toast this, but we will for dramatic effect. And you can level it out here and be done, but you know, in this kitchen, we like a little drama. Good drama. As you can see, I'm kind of building a little bit of a dome here. And now I'm just doing a little bit of design in the meringue so that when we toast it, we get something beautiful. So I'm just going through and swirling my offset spatula and making these little like Superman curls through here. And I'm starting at the base and working back up to the top of my dome that I created. No, like, this is literally gorgeous. I actually don't even want to toast it, but I love to play with fire. Like, this is like straight out of Martha Stewart magazine, okay? And it really didn't take that long. Let's get some torch action. So when we torch it, I'm gonna start from the outside and work my way up, making sure that I steer clear of this glass because I don't want to break the glass. This is not pirate fire. So when I torch, I'm gonna make sure I'm not too close to the meringue, and I'm really just gonna lightly kiss around the meringue. But honestly, because it's already cooked, we can leave it as is. This is perfectly fine if you don't like toasted meringue. I mean, who wouldn't want to eat this? We don't want to over toast it. We don't want it burnt. We're not having s'mores. Y'all, look at this banana pudding. Whose grandma is fucking with this, huh? It's got every element that we need. Vanilla wafers, shortbread cookies, pudding from scratch, and a meringue that does not require a hot ass banana. Let's dig in. All right. I'm gonna dig from the side because I'm not a psychopath. Ugh. It's so pretty, I almost don't even want to like disturb it. Y'all, how, like, it smells amazing, it looks amazing. Cheers. My grandma would be proud. This pudding is perfect. My cookies, even though I let this sit for a couple hours, it needs to sit overnight. Let them cookies marinate a little bit longer because they soft, but they got just the slightest twinge of crispiness still to them. But baby, tomorrow, this shit already knocking my socks off. Tomorrow, this shit gonna knock my whole feet off, okay? God damn. Nobody, baby. I'll get this shit out my house. Well, y'all, that's our show. I hope y'all had a great time. I had a blast. I hope you try this recipe for the holidays or whatever day. Sunday. Listen, put this shit in your arsenal. Put this recipe needs to go in your arsenal. I'm trying to tell you, you walk through the door with a banana pudding like this, people are gonna fall at your feet. I'm your host, Bree, and you can find me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Official Baked After Dark. I do this every week, but this week, I'm doing double episodes because we gotta get ready for the holiday. Next up is the final boss, sweet potato pie. You don't wanna mess this up, so you don't wanna miss this episode. I'm gonna show you how to make a sweet potato pie from the crust up. And maybe your family don't want banana pudding for the holidays or sweet potato pie. Maybe they want a pound cake. Maybe they want peach cobbler. That's on the channel too. make sure you go back and subscribe. And share this with your mama though. Don't just keep it to yourself, because you know your mama been looking for a good banana pudding recipe. This is the one. Y'all can even put it in your family recipe book. We cousins. Well, we cousins. And I'll see y'all this weekend for our sweet potato pie. And if I don't see you then happy holidays. Y'all be safe and stay sweet. Bye, y'all.